Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be taking a look into some record-breaking cold that be going across pretty much almost the entire eastern United States. We also have snow that be going on across the northeast as well. This is a very rare occurrence for May. This is something you see every 2 to 3 decades here, folks. This is the polar vortex in May. This is what this here is. It's not just an Arctic blast. If it was an Arctic blast, you'd probably be seeing temperatures a little bit more mild, but this is the polar vortex here. But we'll be taking a look into National Weather Service's forecast. Here's the watch warning map, and we'll also be taking a look into a couple of models. So let's first start off with the watch warning map here. In these purple shades here that you see across the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, that is freeze warnings. And that is a very large area. That is where we're going to see likely some record-breaking lows. Which I'll show you guys the forecasted temperatures in just a moment. But these lighter shades of blue, like over in Missouri, Oklahoma, those are frost advisories. These light blues here, these are freeze watches. So this is pretty widespread. This is occurring in multiple states. And look up there across in May, winter storm warnings uh, for 2 counties in May in Maine. There's even winter weather advisories as well up there. And even for North Dakota, there's even frost advisories in Idaho, red flag warnings across portions of the West, severe thunderstorm warnings across southern Texas. And again, really the biggest story is going to be the record-breaking cold, and that's actually snow. But this is the temperatures forecasted by the National Weather Service offices here. Look at that. 30s as far south as Alabama, Georgia, even Mississippi, but 20s could be as far south as South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia. Some of the coldest temperatures are forecasted to actually be for at least for the southeast and Kentucky, even for the northeast, it's looking to be in the mid 20s. Now keep in mind in those valleys there, for some of these states here, it could be even colder. Keep in mind that. So it could be colder than what these thermometers are showing. But this is really ridiculous. 20s in May across Kentucky, Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. This is very unusual. And even for the surrounding states as well, not just Kentucky, but pretty much everybody else. This is a very unusual occurrence here. We'll move to the Northeast in just a moment, but this is the day 2 max temperatures. With all that sun there, we should be improving in that day. Actually, that is, uh, my bad, Sunday. This is Saturday here, so this is highs for Saturday. So this is for, uh, as you can see there across Northeast, stuck in the 30s. Across Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, even for portions of Tennessee, North Carolina, stuck in the 50s. So I'd rather be in those 60s to 70s this time of year than 20s overnight. And this is very significant for the agriculture community because this can, with temperatures this low, especially mid 20s, it's going to kill everything. So people that are saying out there on Twitter, this is a good thing. This is actually not a good thing. We should be planting right now, like soybeans, corn, wheat, all that type of stuff. And when you're getting temperatures in the 20s and a farmer's already planting all that, you're you just a lot of money is just lost. I mean, when you think about it. So people that are saying out there this is a good thing or whatever, think twice before you say it because this is not a good thing, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic and stuff like that. This is going to be significant for the agriculture community and all those farms out there as well. So it's going to be a very slow start this year for farming. And good news is, later next week, we'll see a major pattern change, which I should show you guys the 8 to 14 day outlook temperatures, but the Climate Prediction Center in just a moment. But let's actually move it to the northeast and the northeastern United States, and this is tomorrow's temperatures. Really stuck in the 30s, and those mountain ranges is still around freezing, but the minimum temperature, so the lows, really in the 30s. Even places in Kentucky could be colder than Maine. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Usually Maine can get a lot of the cold, and some of the other states too, but Kentucky might get colder than Maine, even for Rhode Island. Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, looking to be in the 30s. Meanwhile, in Kentucky, further south, mid 20s. I mean, that is something else there, I gotta say. But let's move on to snow. Yes, snow is forecast, and this is National Weather Service offices. That's why there's some weird cutoffs here. As you can see here, for example, in Pennsylvania, that is by one National Weather Service offices there. Here's another one. Pretty clear to see where these National Service offices is. For for some odd reason, they just do not really have a good agreement with that. But looking across Maine, though, for some of those higher elevations, it might be reaching in that dark purple spot, maybe 10 inches of snow, which is a lot for this time of year. Pretty much overall, widespread, people are looking to be 3 to 4 inches of snow. Where your better chance of getting snow is in those higher elevations. I mean, this is a 2-day snow outlook here. And some people probably questioning if there will be any ice forecasted. There's not really going to be any ice or anything, so that's some good news there. But let's take a look into the NAM model here. So this is the high-res NAM. And like I say, I'm a little late for this and stuff. It's currently snowing across the northeast right now, the time I make this video. It's because I've really been busy for most of the day. But forecasted lows, this is 5 a.m. This is definitely a little bit underdone. See here, here's the temperatures here. You can see here, 27 degrees, Southern Kentucky. I mean, it's crazy. And you go up to Indiana, same thing. I mean, it's going to be colder in Kentucky than it is in North Dakota. Look at North Dakota, 50 degrees. I mean, crazy to think about, right? But look at some of these higher elevations across the Northeast. Low 20s, maybe even some upper teens. Can I rule that out? That's pretty cold. That's pretty daggone cold there. 18 degrees there. Man, that is really cold. As you can see there, that snow starts to continue to move to northeast, and this is snowfall for the next 48 hours. Really, the most of the snow should be staying in Maine. For some of those higher elevations, this might be a little bit overdone. 17 inches, kind of doubt it on that, but maybe possibility for 10 inches or so, like the National Weather Service is forecasting. These are the professional guys here, which I'll go back here. You can see here the difference here. They're forecasting close to 7 inches. Meanwhile, the smaller here spitting out 16 inches of snow. That's a little bit overdone when you think about it. Here's the European model. So this is the next 3 days. It's a little bit high too, about 10 inches of snow. Looking across West Virginia though, I mean, looks like it might continue in the next 5 days or so. Nearly 6 inches of snow. Here's the high-res NAM, 5 inches of snow. It's quite a bit of snow for West Virginia and those higher elevations. But there is some good news to this here. Let's move on to the European model. We're going to stick it with temperatures. Now, the cold air will be sticking around on Sunday. There's going to be another cold front here coming through across the Midwestern states, the Ohio Valley. And here's Monday morning lows. Again, 30s might be a hint of frost for some of these areas in here. And that should really be the last chance, but man, what's a pretty chilly day on Monday though? 40s. It's pretty rough, but let's look at cloud cover. Oh yeah, there's a lot of cloud cover. So if you be lucky enough, if you can be able to get some sun, you could be warmer. You might be able to reach 50 degrees. I mean, Nashville, 60 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Go up to Louisville, it's 48. There's a pretty big difference there with cloud cover. And things should start to get colder, but with the cloud cover, that should help sustain the temperatures for the most part. If you're in those clear skies like up at Columbus, Ohio, 34 degrees, Louisville still in the 40s. That's stuff that we will probably would like to see tonight. Cloud cover. That'll just has a lesser chance of getting into the 20s and won't be as significant. But let's get back to the temperatures here. Really on Wednesday here, bam, you're starting to get a warm up here. Temperatures in the 60s, that's pretty nice. It's actually not the highest at that point. Yeah, mid 60s. Look at Thursday here. It starts to get even warmer. Now you're not going to be able to see the numbers, so I mean, look around Springfield, mid 70s. Feels pretty nice. But the Northeast is really sticking around in the 40s, in the 50s. Seems like Friday here, a low pressure system passes by. There's a front here. A front pretty much stalled out right here. There could be some severe weather on the way across the southern plains, which that's something I need to mention about as well. Saturday, pretty much the same thing. Stationary front over here could create some concerns for some flash flooding if there's quite a bit of moisture in the atmosphere. So let's take a look at let's see here. Let's take a look at the 8. So this is 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, and as you can see here across the Ohio Valley region, we're starting to warm up, which is pretty nice. Let's go national with this. Colder than average temperatures across the Midwest, the Northeast. Let's move on to 8 to 14 days. We should start to see a pattern change, and yes, we do. Some below average temperatures start to creep in across the west. Should be a little bit nice over there. Warmer than average temperatures. This is something we like to see is warmer than average temperatures. This is what should be seeing this time of year. 70s, even pushing 80 degrees. It's pretty nice. But the humidity though, I wouldn't like the humidity that much. But look at the precipitation though. It's pretty widespread. Pretty much everybody's either average or, well, pretty much everybody's slightly above average. The most above average reaches in California. If we go back to 6 to 10 day precipitation, most of your precipitation is still across the Northwest, but it's also a large hint of it across Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. We're going to keep an eye on that there. We're going to keep an eye on that. There might be an uptick for some severe weather for some of those areas. You can see here with the cold air. But really all it is there's just a stationary front stalled out in that area. Like if I show you guys the European model, if we go to the next 10 days of rainfall here, showing to be a little bit further south with this here, but again, you can definitely tell where the stationary front can be. Like 5 inches of rain across portions of Kentucky, go back down to Arkansas, close to nearing 6 inches of rain. So there could be a lot of rain on the way for some of these areas in here, which can create some flash flooding concerns out there. We don't really need any rain at all. We're pretty much average, I believe, at this point for some of these areas in here in Kentucky and some of the surrounding states. But across the south here, you do not need any more rain, which there's some good news on the way. There's going to be some drier than normal conditions. Should be starting to come in place very soon, especially in the summertime. So that way you guys can become a little bit more average because you guys are well above average, like 1 to 2 feet above average of rainfall. That's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, guys, um, actually, one more thing before we go here, something I want to mention about really quick. The Probability Outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. So this is a little bit far out, but as you can see here, uh, let's take a look at this graphic here. It's a little bit easier to look at too. They're indicating the chance of severe weather mainly from May 16th to the 18th. There can also be a lot of rain going on in that area around the same time frame, but there can also be some flooding. That's what this shaded area means. That means there could be some flooding in those areas there, which is not good. We're going to see multiple low pressure systems going just to the north of this, and there's going to be some pretty good cape in those areas there. So it's not looking good for a lot of rain. Some of these areas here don't even need really any rain. Probably areas that need some rain is probably across portions of Texas and Oklahoma, and that's probably pretty much it. I haven't really looked into the drought monitor that much. I think the last time I saw it, there's not really much of drought issues in the United States currently. But yeah, we're going to watch for severe weather, at least an uptick for severe weather with this pattern change. So this pattern change would not really be a good thing completely. At least for the eastern United States, it could be a good thing, but in reality, in the Central Plains, it's May, so severe weather could be a major concern, and also for a lot of rain. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, notifications so you never miss an upload. If you guys got questions about this, you could put in the comment section down below. I will answer you guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.